So we are going to create a sample cook schedule in this video. Any values that we enter are just for the purposes of the video and not to be used in real life. So let's just take a quick look on how we're going to do this by from our main view. We're going to click on schedule, edit run, edit new cook schedule. So from here we are going to begin by selecting the number of stages, and this particular one will have 7 total stages. So the first stage, we are going to start with drying. So we are just going to simply put dry, just to make life a little easier for us. This is going to last a total of 30 minutes. And we want to reach a temperature of 120. Humidity we're not looking at right now. Damper position 100, so it's going to be completely open. Blower, we're going to be at 100 as well. And so what we need to do to activate all of this is we need to go into the options, and because we entered a temperature, we want to activate the heat, and we are going to enable the blower as well, and that should be good for stage 1. So we're going to skip ahead to stage 2, or move on to stage 2 I should say, and this we're going to call smoke. So here we are going to smoke for 45 minutes. At a temperature of 140. Okay, damper position is at 0, and on this we want our blower at 100. Now in terms of options, we're going to do the same thing. Heat, enable the blower, and the VHD smoke, which will be our smoke generator. We're on stage 3. This will be smoke number 2. Okay, we're also going to do this for 45 minutes. And we're going to increase the temperature this particular time for 185. Add a little bit of humidity, 40%. Damper we're going to leave at 0. Blower 100. And we're going to add our options here. Heat. This time the damper is going to be on auto. We're going to enable the blower and VHD smoke. Oops. Go back. Move to the next stage, number 4, and this one we're going to call it cook 1. We're going to be increasing the temperature on this one to 75. But instead of regulating it by time, we're actually going to set the core temperature value. So here, depending on what type of heat we use, if we're using just dry heat or steam heat, we can arrive at this core temperature slower or faster. So we're not even going to bother counting time, and we're going to use the core probe to analyze that internal temperature of the product itself and regulate it that way. So once the core temperature is achieved for, I believe, and held for about a minute, then it will move ahead to the next sequential stage. Activate our options, and we're doing the same thing: heat, damper, blower, and we're still going to be smoking in this particular stage. Okay, stage 5, we're going to refer to this one as cook 2. Okay, so here we have a temperature of 180. And again, we're going to focus on the core temperature set point as our main motivator to follow. This one, we're going to turn up the humidity and set our set point to 100%. So here we're going to leave the damper position to 0 and our blower speed on 0. So when we go to our options, all we're doing is activating the steam cooking feature, and that'll help boost the humidity and rapidly increase the temperature as well. So here at stage 6, we're going to call this cool. We're going to activate the product shower to cool off the product and bring the overall temperature down. This one, we're only going to regulate this one by time, and so we're going to run the product shower for 20 minutes. And we're going to set the damper to 100. Keep it completely open. You have a choice at this point whether you're going to activate the blower motor or not. We're going to leave this at 0, and we're going to go into our options, and we're going to enable cold shower. And then we're going to set our last stage, and this one we're going to call alarm. And this will help notify us that the cook schedule is almost complete. So what we're going to do, oops, wrong one. We're going to set it for 1 minute of alarm time. So under options, we'll need to go to more options, and here you can see stage alarm. And now this is complete, so we're going to go ahead and save this, and we'll call this, oops. So we'll go ahead and call this one sample. And because this is based off of a sausage recipe, we'll just call it sample sausage. Save that, and now it's done. So if we want to go and look at this recipe, we can just open up a cook schedule and you'll see it right there on the list. You can highlight it, click open, and it will start your, it'll select it here. Under run, you can hit run cook schedule to start your recipe.